Hello and welcome everybody to the Solano College Sports Network. My name is Cameron Anderson, and in just a moment I will be joined by my broadcast partner, Garrick Lenoir. We have a magnificent matchup tonight with the Thundering Herd Elk Grove taking on the Vacaville Bulldogs. It's a cold and foggy night here in Vacaville, California at the Tom Zunito Stadium. These two teams have some history in the playoffs, Garrick, with the Thundering Herd trampling the Bulldogs in the playoffs in 2018 and 2019. What do you look forward to from Elk Grove?
I got to say, from Elk Grove, I am most looking forward to seeing their freshmen play. There are two freshmen on their varsity team. I'm referring to number 2, Dylan Archuleta, and number 5, David Hale. You know, it's not often you see freshmen play on varsity teams, so I want to see how these young ones play with the big boys.
Yes, Garrick, I agree. And for the Bulldogs, I'm looking forward to see all-Mel Conference quarterback number 8, Ryan Vaughn. The dual-threat quarterback has been lighting it up this season on the ground and through the air. Another player to look out for is the Mel Player of the Year, running back number 4, Luca Sartorio. Look for him to tote the rock in this ground-and-pound scheme all night. And it should be a spectacular Friday night as we have playoff football for you after a quick word from our sponsor, James Thomas Media, your one-stop shop for all video production needs. Hello and welcome back. We're here for opening kickoff. That's number 58, Kylan Fontes with the kick. Here's the return. He's cutting outside down the sideline. Takes a big hit. He's out of bounds.
Looks like he was trying to take him out right at the start of the game.
Headhunting early. So here's Vacaville. With their potent offense, has been explosive all season. We've called a couple of their games, one here and one at Rodriguez High School. And from my perspective, I've seen a lot of Ryan Vaughn, quarterback right there, number 8, having a great season, along with his running back, Lucas Sartorio. And it looks like it's going to be a screen dropped by Anthony Wiley.
You got to be real careful with those quick passes because you can't throw too early. Otherwise, your wide receivers, they don't know what they're doing. You're going to end up messing up the whole game.
Yeah, definitely. Also, if that ball is thrown behind, it is a live ball. So if he drops it, it would be a fumble. Here's Vaughn with the snap. They're going to run the same play, and Wiley slips again. That'll bring up third down. It is a 3rd and 10.
Looks like he might have slipped on the grass may have been wet because it is very hazy up here. Our table and our equipment, it's all covered in dew.
Yep. A lot of condensation from the fog rolling in. And you can hear Elk Grove getting loud in the visitor section. They're going to motion Sartorio. Here's Vaughn looking over, another low pass, and he gets it. And he'll go out of bounds, but he is short of the marker. That's Cameron Faucher for sure. Remember that name from last game, last time we called the Bulldogs.
You know, you got to wonder if they really want to go for it and maybe try and get a strong lead, but this is a very high-risk, high-reward situation.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to set up for the punt. Never know, though. Might try to run a fake right here.
Could be a fake.
Safe route. He's going to punt it. kind of short, may have shanked it a little bit to the right, and gets a tough bounce going the wrong way. So Elk Grove will get it at the 45-yard line. Great field position.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a strong start for Elk Grove, and let's see what their players can do.
Yeah, just as you said, a 3 and out on defense. Now putting the ball in the hands of the offense. And this should be a very interesting offense, as the quarterback for Elk Grove has mostly been number 20, Ethan Archuleta, who has more rushing yards than passing yards. And as you see, he's running again.
Oh my
and he's
goodness.
got open grass. He will take it all the way to the house. Elk Grove, 6 points.
Easiest touchdown in the world.
And as I was saying, their quarterback, but mostly their running back, Ethan Archuleta, with over 1,500 yards on the season on the ground, not through the air. And he houses it. First play of the game for the Thundering Herd.
Yes, it is quite clear that they love doing those running plays, as both of their top running yard people have more than like 1,200 running yards on them, and that is absolutely insane.
Yeah, they have over 3,000 yards on the ground as a team. PAT is good. As you can see, 7-0 here early, just over a minute of play. Elk Grove with a very hot start. We'll see how Vacaville responds.
Let's see if Vacaville can respond strong. I got $10 on the line. General PSA, do not make bets with your boss, because you may end up regretting it and lose $10.
Kylan Fonts again will kick it off. See Darian Leon Guerrero down as the return man, along with Alex Barkley.
If I'm looking at the number correctly, I think that's number 72 for Vacaville that's receiving. That's Santiago Munoz.
There's Darian Leon Guerrero with the return. He's going to bust it to the outside. And he is dropped down at the 30-yard line.
Elk Grove is giving strong defense right after a kickoff. Not giving them any yardage at all.
Yes, indeed. And actually, now that I look at it, I did mess up my introduction. It was actually number 6, Darian Leon Guerrero, the lead back for the Bulldogs. Mel Player of the Year. Lucas Sartorio also runs the ball, but is mostly known for his linebacking skills and picking up a bunch of tackles all over the field. Here's Vaughn. Off his back foot, hits Leon Guerrero, able to catch it one-handed, will get out of bounds, pick up a couple yards.
He almost dropped that, but he held on to it. I admire that.
Caught that with his fingertips. Able to bring that one down. Very impressive on a wet night like tonight. And there you can see the senior back, Darian Leon Guerrero.
And luckily for him, no one was around him while he had it on his fingertips. Therefore, he was able to keep the ball.
Run to Guerrero. Got a bunch of room. He's going to get tackled. Look like that's number 6, Julian Davis with the tackle.
And that will be a first down for Vacaville.
First down, Vacaville. Very hard to read and see the numbers on a foggy night, but we will do our best. Leon Guerrero in motion. We've seen a lot of quick slants from him. And Vaughn stepping up in the pocket. He's got a wide open receiver. That's Timothy Plowman. And he will get knocked out of bounds by number 17, Viangelo Gonzalez.
You know what? I didn't even see that receiver ready to get the ball.
Yeah, just a tiny gap in the defense. A little breakdown. Vaughn able to make the extra play after he broke the sack. There's the replay. Timothy Plowman able to pick up a bunch of yards thanks to the block from his receiver. Here's Vaughn rolling out to his right. He's going to throw it. And it is completed inbounds as he rolls out of bounds. That is number 11, Roman Price.
It looks like Vacaville is starting to go for more misleading plays to fool Elk Grove in order to gain some yards.
Yeah, they're going to have to roll out and really make sure that the defensive front is moving tonight to be able to get to Vaughn. Here's Vaughn, and it's a speed option. He's going to get it to Leo Guerrero. He's got room, and he's in for the touch. No.
I think that was just out.
They're calling him short.
Oh, no.
Right in front of the goal line. Maybe a few inches away from 6. We'll see if Vacaville is going to run it in. Let's see if they're going to run that double wing.
I was going to say, it looked like it was kind of out when he got around the end zone.
Yeah, he must have been out. Yep, here's the double wing. They rush up to the line. They're going to run it off to Blake Espino. And that's a touchdown for the Bulldogs.
Easy touchdown for the Bulldogs. Obviously not as easy as Elk Grove, but they are going to give him a run for their money.
Yeah, that double wing we've seen on the goal line the last few games. We've watched the Vacaville and broadcasted the Vacaville Bulldogs. Very effective on the goal line. Defense doesn't know what's coming. There's so many options out of that formation. It's very hard to guard in the red zone. And someone jumped.
Looks like everyone's getting a little bit too excited. Can't be jumping the line.
Yeah. And it looks like that will be on the, I don't even know. It looks like they didn't even move. Maybe they're taking it in the, and they jumped again. See what the refs call here. More dirty laundry on the field.
This is just additional baggage that nobody needs right now.
Yeah. So here, third time's the charm. It is no good. No, it is good. Wow, from our perspective, it looked like he shanked it, but that one was good as it knuckled in through the uprights.
Again, we are high up in the stands, and it is very hazy, people.
Now we got a tie ball game. Very quick scoring, as it is already 7-7 here in less than 3 minutes of play. And we knew coming into the game that it was going to be a ground and pound type of night. One, it's wet, hard to catch the ball, hard to see the ball if the ball is in the air. And two, Elk Grove coming into the game has over 3,000 rushing yards and 400 passing yards. A huge discrepancy, and Vacaville has always been known for their run game in the past, just now this year using more of an air attack.
Yes, and Vacaville also has a decent amount of passing yards, and they've actually won more games than Elk Grove this season. So I can already tell this will be a tight ball game.
Yeah, definitely should be a great one. As you can see, already a tie ball game, and that ball will roll out of the back of the end zone. So Elk Grove will get it at the 25. Thundering Herd getting into their huddle right now. Something we will not see much from Vacaville. The only time Vacaville really comes to a huddle is when they're going to try to catch the defense off guard in that double wing. So here's Ethan Archuleta, had the rushing touchdown, first play of the game. They blow it dead early. Refs really getting involved. Hopefully that's not a sign for the rest of the ball game.
Yeah, because that will only prolong the game, and that will affect both teams' gameplay.
Definitely. So Vacaville jumped on that one, bringing up a 1st and 5. Elk Grove, I will put money that they will run this ball right here.
About to say, good chance they're going to run the ball.
And Ethan Archuleta met in the backfield by Lucas Sartorio.
That was a nice tackle.
Lucas Sartorio early in the backfield. We're going to see him all over the field, leading the team, mostly leading the team in tackles at the linebacker position. We'll see a lot of him and Blake Espino, the right end, number 33. So here it is, Ethan pitching it, and he is met by number 30, Brady Mott.
It kind of looked like Brady tackled the defender.
Yeah. It looked like Jeremiah Rosales on the carry as Ethan Archuleta just pitched it to him on that speed option.
All right, well, this is definitely something Vacaville needs because they tied up the game after a quick touchdown from Elk Grove, and they're trying to stay strong.
Here's a 3rd and long. Ethan going to have to run for it. He's got Lucas Sartorio. He jukes him and picks up the first down. Wow, Sartorio had an open field tackle, and Ethan Archuleta put the moves on him. Scampers out of bounds for the first.
I've watched football for many years, and rarely have I ever seen two people on the same team run into each other because of a juke.
Yeah, nasty juke from Ethan Archuleta, and you can see why he's got so many rushing yards on the season. And the refs will call a first down. Elk Grove able to move the chains on a 3rd and long. So here's Archuleta again. And it looked like someone jumped early.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's down the sideline. If this is on the defense, that's 6 points. Touchdown, Elk Grove.
I will say it looks like it was Elk Grove that jumped.
Yeah, they might call this back.
2.
But Zeke Burnett with the run. And, yeah, the offense already knows. Looked like they jumped a little early.
Yeah. Oh, and that's going to cost them.
Yeah, that's tough. Had 3 points on the board, but they're going to call it back.
Oh, man, that is definitely something you do not want to do. You don't want your team to score after you screw up and cause a foul, because that just makes you look bad.
Yeah, now a 1st and 15. Back to the 25-yard line. Archuleta under center. Gets the snap. He's going to run it off again. Burnett with the run. Only picks up a few.
Looks like we're at about 2nd and 11. They're still behind the initial line of scrimmage, so they still need to do a little bit of catching up, and they're on 2nd down.
Yeah, they're going to have to work hard for this one. We'll see if they actually throw the ball or just stay with the ground attack. Vacaville not able to stop it right now, and Archuleta pitches it. And he's got a gap, but he will go down. That is number 6, Julian Davis.
Looks like he may or may not have fallen before the first down line.
Yeah, it looked like he was grabbed, a little shoelace tackle. Defense got his ankle and tripped him, and he will be short. They're going to call it a 3rd and 2.
You know, I was not expecting that pick. That was a nice pick from Elk Grove.
Yeah, a great pitch play on that one as he was about to go down and was able to last second throw it out to his running back. A bunch of running backs for Elk Grove. And he's going to run up the middle. He is stuffed, and he's not going anywhere. Blake Espino leading on that one. That will bring up a 4th down. We'll see what Elk Grove does here.
Yeah, do they want to risk it or do they want to just play it safe? I recommend they play it safe.
Yeah, I think they play it safe. It's only the first quarter. If you don't get it, you're giving the Vacaville Bulldogs great field position inside the 40.
Not only is it the first quarter, but they're also on Vacaville's side. So if they mess up, they're giving Vacaville a humongous advantage in the turnover.
And they will, unless they're trying to draw them offside. Oh, my goodness. And it works. Elk Grove able to get the defense to jump, and they will pick up the first down. Vacaville kicking themselves right here. Something tells me Elk Grove was not really going to snap it. They just were looking for that exactly.
That was big brain time.
Yeah, defense broke down right there. I'm sure the defensive coordinator and head coach are fuming right now.
Oh, man.
It's the last thing you can give up on that play, and he fumbles the snap. Able to pick it back up. Get back to the line of scrimmage.
Uh-oh, got a player on the ground for a while. Is he okay?
Looks like he might be cramping. That's number 58, Kylan Fontes, their kicker. Kicker and offensive lineman, defensive lineman.
Ooh, that is an important person to have on your team. You do not want him cramping.
Yeah, very similar to Malik Dawson for Rodriguez, their defensive lineman and kicker. We saw him go out in one of their last games with a knee injury, but came back in the second half and went crazy. Here's Archuleta. He's going to keep it on the run, able to pick up a few. That'll bring up a 3rd and 7.
I got to say, they are really strong with their run plays. Elk Grove, even though it's completely expected for them to do a run play, they pull it off every time.
Yeah, we'll see how Vacaville adjusts throughout the game. I mean, they got to be selling out on the run, and something tells me Elk Grove might have to catch them with a play action, get the safeties to drop low. Look at, there's nobody downfield. It's one-on-one for DBs and linebackers right here. He's going to roll out, pitch it to his running back. He's got open field, and he has dropped Timothy Plowman with the shoelace tackle on number 22, Jeremiah Rosales.
You know what? I know the second Elk Grove tries to pass a ball is when Vacaville is not going to be ready for it, and they will be thrown completely off guard.
Yeah, definitely very similar to maybe a Titans offense where you run with King Henry, and then eventually you show them the play action and throw it deep. Very effective offensive scheme. Here's Archuleta under center. He's going to keep it, fakes the run. He's got open field down the sideline. He may go all the way. He will. Touchdown, Elk Grove.
Man, that was a nice run from Elk Grove.
Ethan Archuleta with his 2nd touchdown of the game. Here's the replay. Fakes the run. Defense sold out on the run, but he kept that one. Trekking down the sideline, high-stepping into the end zone. Archuleta got to be feeling himself. Already 2 touchdowns here in the first quarter.
Looks like Elk Grove has really perfected their nice little loop-around run.
Yeah, the read option has been very good tonight, and the kick is good. Now 14-7. Elk Grove with the early lead here.
About 3 minutes and 40 seconds left on the first quarter.
And again, Vacaville had that 4th and short, and they jumped off sides, giving Elk Grove the first down, and it came back to bite them.
That 100% costed them that touchdown. 100%.
Yeah, I agree. And we'll see. Vacaville's going to have to respond just like they did last drive, able to respond to 7 with their own 7. We'll see how they do this time around.
Let's see what you do, Vacaville.
Here's Kylan Fontes again, the kicker for the Thundering Herd.
I have to say, number 58, he looks impressive. His build alone is just impressive.
Great kick, and it is received. He's going up the middle, and it'll take a few white jerseys to bring him down. That looks like number 9, Alex Barkley, one of the backup quarterbacks for Vacaville. Clearly a great athlete. Unless that's Christian Neptune, we got 2 number 9s on our roster.
Looks like Elk Grove is good at making snap decisions and dogpiling whoever has the ball.
Yeah, definitely great defensive mentality to have. Here's Vaughn in the shotgun. He's going to fake the run. No, he ran it off to Darren Leon. He's down the sideline. He's going to cut up field and shakes off a defender. Throws number 4 to the ground. Very strong running for Darian Leon Guerrero.
For a second, it looked like he was going to go all the way.
Yeah.
And that was a nice run that we were not expecting for him to keep running the ball. We thought it was going to be a pick.
Here's Vaughn looking down the sideline. He's got Matthew Ox, Bubba with his first reception of the game.
That was an easy first down for Vacaville.
Yeah, nice little curl route right there. Very high percentage play if you have the timing down. And they'll pick up another first down. Quickly trotting down the field past the 50-yard line at the 41.
Oh.
And the play is blown dead.
Looks like someone may have jumped again. Both Elk Grove and Vacaville need to stop doing that.
And they will call it encroachment on Elk Grove, giving Vacaville 5 free yards. Now a 1st and 5. Definitely got to cut down on the penalties for both teams, making both offenses have a much easier night so far. Here's Vaughn. He's going to hand it off to Darren Leon Guerrero. He cuts up the middle. Great shiftiness from the Mel Conference Player of the Year, Darren Leon Guerrero.
Looks like Darian allowed himself to be tackled, but he let himself get tackled forward, which would help his team, instead of getting tackling backwards.
Here's Vaughn in shotgun. He's going to throw it out. Overthrows Timothy Plowman. Looked like defense was right on him as well. Probably wouldn't have had much room to do anything with it.
Especially with the ball so wet. If it was a bit more dry out here, I would say he probably had a good chance of catching it.
Yeah, and on the high pass, when you're leading your receiver in the air, they're more likely to get hit and hit hard. Here's Vaughn again in the shotgun. He's going to fake the run, and he goes down. Great sack by number 29. Don't have a number on our roster. That's tough because that's the first sack for Elk Grove. They have 40-plus sacks on the season. We'll see the replay. Vaughn got to get that ball out quick on those play actions. Might have been an RPO with the slants. You got to get that ball out quick or else the defense will get there. And here's Vaughn. He's getting the play from his coach. And he's going to go out to the side. Darren Leon Guerrero is going to get it in the Wildcat. No, he's going to punt it. Wow, what a switch up and a great punt down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
Yes, make Elk Grove recover basically near the end zone. Make them work for the entire field.
A great trick play for the Bulldogs. Caught me off guard. Thought they were going to run the Wildcat and try to pick up 2 yards on the 4th down with their running back. But instead, he's able to drop it down inside the 10-yard line. Great punt.
I thought they were going to go for it.
Yeah, me too. Didn't see the punter on the field. As you said, Elk Grove going to have to go basically the full distance of the field to get to the end zone. We'll see if Ethan Archuleta has enough in the tank. Already 2 huge runs. Here's Archuleta under center. And he's going to run it. No, he's going to keep it. And he fights off a few tackles, but eventually goes down near the line of scrimmage. That's number 40, Eric Gladney, on the tackle.
Looks like a 1 to 2 yard loss.
Yeah, finally Vacaville able to. We saw Lucas Sartorio get in the backfield once and bring down Archuleta, but Archuleta has been eating so far tonight. Got close to 100 yards here only in the first quarter with 2 tuds.
Elk Grove definitely needs to be careful about losing yards when they get tackled because they're near the end zone. You don't want to give your opponent a safety.
Here's Archuleta, and he's going to drop back. He's throwing it deep. Wide open receiver. He will catch it and walk out of bounds. That is number 6, Julian Davis.
Like I said, when they do a pass play, no one's going to expect it.
Yeah. Again, like I was saying earlier, one-on-one with DBs. DB looked like he was trying to run in, guessing on a run, and he got beat. Julian Davis able to put a move on him.
It looks like Elk Grove understood their position and didn't want to possibly lose any more yards in a run.
Yeah, a very risky play, though. Your quarterback dropping into the end zone, as you were saying, almost could have picked up a safety. Here's the pitch. Archuleta got lit up, but he'll give his running back a chance. He'll pick up 6 on the play. That's number 22, Jeremiah Rosales.
It looks like Jeremiah has been running the field for most of the game so far.
Yeah, we'll see Jeremiah Rosales and Zeke Burnett, the lead backs for Elk Grove. They run a 2 running back set as with their quarterback, who's basically a running back, Ethan Archuleta. Under center, Archuleta is going to hand it off to Zeke Burnett. He slips at the line, might have tripped on a lineman. Only pick up one on it. Yeah. It is very slippery tonight with the mist, and that'll do it for the first quarter here at Tom Zanito Stadium. Got a 14-7 ball game in favor of Elk Grove.
This is still anybody's game, people. Anybody's game.
Yeah, definitely a great one so far. We've seen both offenses be able to really do what they want tonight, mostly on the ground, but we've seen a couple deep passes. But very similar to what we expected coming into the night, a very strong ground and pound scheme from both teams who are notorious for running the ball.
I got to say, that pass play that Elk Grove did near the end zone, that's probably my favorite play of the game so far.
Yeah, definitely a great throw by Archuleta. Actually, if he didn't throw it so close to the sideline, he would have had 6. That would have been a 95-yard pass for Archuleta. Would have accounted for almost 20% of his passing yards on the season in 10 games.
Yeah, that definitely could have been a free touchdown if he wasn't so close to out of bounds.
Yeah. So they will flip sides of the field. Got a 3rd and 2 coming up. Something tells me they're going to run the ball here.
Just a little hunch, you know. You can't say much, but...
Very hot take. And he runs it up the middle. That's Burnett. He breaks a tackle. He's going to use a block from his receiver. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown, Elk Grove.
I should have taken Elk Grove in that bet.
Zeke Burnett with the touchdown. That's 3 rushing touchdowns here in the first half as he opens the second quarter with a boom. About a 60-yard run for Zeke Burnett. Shook off a couple tackles, used a great block. What a block by his wide receiver. And another block by number 32, helping out his running back get to the promised land.
Man, that was absolutely insane.
Here's Fontes with the kick. It is good. 21-7, Elk Grove. And Vacaville getting some flashbacks from the past couple years. Elk Grove has knocked them out of the playoffs 2 years in a row. And here, a very early lead for the Thundering Herd.
Man, Elk Grove, they are starting off strong. They want to get as many points as they can in this first half.
Yeah, definitely want to run up the score in a playoff setting like this against a great opponent like the Vacaville Bulldogs. Vacaville's got to stay composed. They're still in this ballgame, only 2 scores, and they've shown that they can break off a huge run like Elk Grove can with Darian Leon Guerrero or Ryan Vaughn for that matter. We've seen Ryan Vaughn break out some big runs, a speedy quarterback. Here's Fontes with the kick. It's a line drive, but it's a boot, and it'll go out of bounds.
That was a nice kick.
Yeah, ball was knuckling through the foggy sky. Able to get all the way to the end zone on the fly. Very impressive to see that at the high school level from an offensive and defensive lineman. Able to do it all for the Thundering Herd.
Let's see what Vacaville can do in this particular situation. Let's see if they can try and even the score during this second quarter.
Yeah, Vacaville with an early hump to get over, down by 2 scores. And they're going to start off throwing it, and he's going to hit his receiver. That's number 21, Cameron Malone, able to pick up the first down for the Bulldogs.
Looks like if Vacaville can just stick with those switch-up plays, passing here, running here, keep Elk Grove on their toes, they might be able to get some points.
Here's Vaughn. He's going to hit wide receiver screen.
Oh,
and he's able to use the block, and he will get hit as he is dropped for the first down. That's number 11, Roman Price.
Looks like that was almost intercepted. Had it been just a couple inches lower,
yeah,
that could have been an interception.
Yeah, defensive lineman almost got his hands on that one. Was able to jump outside, get the outside pressure, but just high enough by Ryan Vaughn to get it to his wideout. Here's Vaughn. He's rolling out to his left, throwing across his body. What a throw. Able to hit his receiver. Again, that's number 21, Cameron Malone.
Looks like they are getting first down after first down with passing plays. Let's see if Elk Grove will notice if they try to switch anything up.
Yeah, Vacaville already mixing it up. More passing than running so far. Now down by 2 scores. I think we're going to see them throw the ball more, especially noticing they've had success with it.
Yes.
Elk Grove, the last time they played Vacaville, they were running the ball down their throat. That was all Vacaville would do. But now with Ryan Vaughn and these skilled wide receivers, they're able to open up the playbook and get some passing plays.
Yes, absolutely. It's definitely not how it used to be in the past. This is a different era.
Yep. Starting to modernize into the standard passing attack we see in the NFL and in college. Less running backs and more quarterbacks putting up monster numbers.
Let's see what Elk Grove can do against Vacaville and their climbing offense.
Here's Vaughn in shotgun. Got Darren Leon Guerrero to his side. No, it's right behind him. He's in the... Oh, that's a low pass.
Oh.
Too low to Cameron Malone. Out of the hands.
Looks like had that ball just been just a few inches higher, that would have been a pass.
Yeah, just underthrown. Again, a slippery ball as it's on the turf, which has been condensated. And so he's got to really catch that one with 2 hands. And Darian Leon Guerrero dropped at the line of scrimmage. You don't see a whole lot of that. Usually breaks off the first tackle, but he was double teamed and taken to the ground.
Looks like they tried confusing Elk Grove with a running play, but it did not amount to much.
Yeah, it stopped at the line. So we got a 3rd and 10. Vacaville was driving a little bit. Now they're at some adversity. We'll see what they can do. Here's Vaughn. He's going to hit his receiver, Timothy Plowman, who is met.
Oh.
Wow, great coverage by number 17, Viangelo Gonzalez, the senior safety. Great defense.
Be aggressive.
Able to get him out of bounds, forcing a 4th and 7 at the 46-yard line. Vacaville going for it. Aggressive early.
They're going to go for it?
Yeah, they got, well, we'll see. They might try to get the defense to jump. And no, they're going to run the same thing. Guerrero's going to punt this one. And this one is going to bounce out of bounds around the 15-yard line. Down at the 17.
This is not what Vacaville needs right now if they're going to try and score. They can't be messing up plays and giving up the possession because that just blows through time.
Yeah, definitely. Playing it safe here early. Different ways to look at it. I mean, they had the ball at mid-yard line, so it's a little risky to go for it. Give Elk Grove the ball in great field position, and they could go down and go up 3 scores. Looks like Vacaville's really trying to trust their defense and close out on this run. We'll see if they send some pressure. Elk Grove is going to run this ball, and they do. Burnett, he's got room. He's got blockers, and he will eventually go out of bounds by 3 Bulldogs. Had to escort him out of bounds.
They couldn't even tackle him. They just had to walk him out.
Please get out of bounds, sir. We can't bring you down.
That was number 13, Zeke Burnett. You just cannot tackle that man.
Yeah, Zeke Burnett housed his last run. Took it about 60 yards at the beginning of the quarter. Able to pick up about 20 on that one.
Now, what's surprising is Vacaville knows they're going to try and run most of the time, but they can't combat it.
Yeah, they can't stop it. Oh, as we say it,
they sack.
There's number 69, Luke Levengood, with the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. A tackle for loss on that one. So the Thundering Herd got a 2nd and 11 on the play. We'll see what Archuleta can do.
You know, it's funny. Elk Grove, they either go strong at the start or they let things die down for a second and then just go strong. Let the opponent's defenses get lowered a little bit.
Oh, Blake Espino. No, it's a carry as Archuleta got that one out.
Ooh.
To number 6. That is Julian Davis, the free safety and wide receiver primarily.
Looks like they tried going for one of their strong running plays, but it just did not work this time.
Yeah, one of those reverses that they've been running. There's about 3 options on that one. They fake the handoff to Burnett, and then Ethan Archuleta, dangerous with the ball. Once he's pressured, he's going to dump that one out to his receiver or running back for a reversal. So here's Archuleta. He's under center. He's going to roll back. Oh, and he dodges the sack. Oh, my goodness. But he will eventually be brought down. Archuleta scrambling for his life, but will eventually get taken down for a 4th and long.
I think Archuleta understood after a certain point that he was going to get sacked at one point. So he moved forward to make sure that the amount of yards lost wasn't as big as it could have been.
Yeah, definitely. That, and if he wanted to get that ball, you got to step up in the pocket because you can't run off your back foot and try to throw that ball 50-plus yards downfield. Probably intercepted on a low pass if he tries. So here's Elk Grove having to punt the ball for the first time in this ball game. And it is a fair catch. And that's Anthony Wiley with the fair catch. So Vacaville will get the ball at the 40-yard line.
This is definitely something Vacaville needs because they got a quick, easy turnover without Elk Grove getting any points.
Yeah, Vacaville getting the ball back early. Looks like a smart move for them to punt it. They gave their defense great field position. Now able to get the ball back. We'll see what Vacaville can do with it. Here's a screen. Timothy Plowman, he's got blockers, and he will eventually get out of bounds. So he picks up the first down.
Looks like Elk Grove is extremely good at closing any openings that there may be for a running back or a receiver to use in order to score some points.
And there's a first down. Now 1st and 10 for Vacaville. Ryan Vaughn in the shotgun. He's off his back foot. It's a screenplay for Darian Leon Guerrero. He's got blockers. He's got room. And he will.
My goodness.
But into the hands of number 7, Cameron Faucheur, for the touchdown, Bulldogs. What a sequence right there. We saw the fumble from Darian Leon Guerrero, and he might actually be on the ground right now. Not a great sight. Oh, he's up quick. He should be all right. Looks like he might have gotten popped in the stomach. Here's the replay. As you can see the screen, look at big number 74, able to get down the field. 64, able to set up those blocks, and he almost just hands the ball to Cameron Faucheur.
That was a nice recovery from number 7, Cameron. That was a nice recovery and guaranteed them a touchdown.
Yeah, Cameron Faucheur with the great awareness on that one, able to pick up the ball in this cold and dark night. He's able to pick it up and seamless walk into the end zone. Here's the PAT. It is good. Now 21-14. Elk Grove losing that lead, only up by 7 now.
That was definitely a scary run in order to get that touchdown, because when you fumble the ball like that close, it looks like it's all over.
Yeah, very, very lucky for the Bulldogs. Honestly, any other way that fumble could have dropped would have probably been in the hands of Elk Grove, but luckily he dropped it forward and it rolled right into the hands of Cameron Faucheur.
We can let it slide this time, but Vacaville, let's try not letting that happen again.
Yeah. Very scary moments for the Bulldogs. And Elk Grove will get the ball here on the kickoff. Vacaville setting it up. And we haven't said it, but I assume you've noticed we are using the camera cutting to the scoreboard here at Tom Zanito Stadium. Don't have a scoreboard and the down and distance for you like we normally do. A little short-handed today, but we're making it work.
We do with what we can, and you know what? We make it work.
Yes, sir. Here's the kick, and it's a little pooch.
Ooh.
Very high kick, and it is caught into the hands. Looks like that is number 14, Zach Niemeyer. Zach Niemeyer with the return, able to pick up some good yardage with some great field position there at the 46-yard line.
Looks like they almost let Zach get away with a touchdown on recovery, but they definitely stopped that before it could get any further.
As you can see right there, got 6.5 minutes left in the first half. And here's Archuleta under center all night. He's going to fake the run. He's going to keep it. He's got Sorterio on his back, and he is dropped by a few Bulldogs. You can see number 69, that is Luke Levingood, the tight end, also lines up on the defensive line.
Looks like Vacaville is picking up on Elk Grove's offense, so they're able to properly defend them and not allow any more slip-ups that will give Elk Grove touchdowns.
Yeah, definitely. And Vacaville known for that defensive front. He's got some monsters up the middle. And, wow, able to run down up the gut.
Looks like it might be just short of a first down.
Yeah, that's Mason Vasquez, the fullback for Elk Grove. Now third down. And the fog is definitely rolling in right now, covering a lot of the sky and some of the lights.
Looks like a giant puff of smoke is just hovering over the field.
Yeah, we got a foggy November night here. Friday night lights, playoff football. Here's Archuleta, already got 2 touchdowns on the game. He's just going to run it up the middle, try to pick up the first. We'll see what they call, but Vacaville with a potential huge stop. And no, they're going to give him the first down on the forward progress. They're going to say he reached. Ref was quick to jump out there. Vacaville thought they had the stop.
I thought they had the stop.
And he'll pick up the first down there at the 45-yard line in Bulldog territory. We'll see if Elk Grove can get down the field and get to the end zone as he's going to hand it off. Cuts outside, shakes off a couple tackles, and again, number 7, Mason Vasquez with the big run right there.
Man, they are just absolutely killing it with these running plays. They're gaining yard after yard after yard.
Yeah, no, coming into the game, as we've said, Elk Grove going to run that ball. It doesn't matter who's running it. Someone's going to run it. And real testament to their offensive line and receivers putting up some huge blocks tonight, setting up their running backs to eat. And it looks like it will be a timeout, Vacaville. First time out of the game from both teams.
I just realized we haven't seen a single timeout from either team.
Yeah, it's been a fast-paced first half. A lot of running the ball, which will keep the clock rolling. Normally we see the passing attack, a lot of incompletions, going to kill the clock. But right now the two teams are just going to run it downfield, and why not? This is a perfect night to run the ball.
Also, while there may have been a decent amount of fouls at the start of the game, there aren't so many now, which is allowing the clock to just run.
Yep, yeah, refs not having to stop the game like they did in the first quarter. This second quarter is zooming by, already just under 4.5 minutes to go.
We will be getting to the second half in no time.
Yes, we will. And as you can see right there, ball on the 23-yard line. Elk Grove driving down the field. We'll see if they can get to the promised land, knocking on red zone territory.
Definitely want to make sure you keep your opponents out of this zone because it just keeps up the drive.
Here's Vasquez with the run up the middle.
Oh, wow.
And they will call forward progress on the play as the Bulldogs were able to swarm him. Looks like he got up to about the 19-yard line. Pickup of 6. No, pickup of 4 on the play.
Looks like that's the second time the refs have stepped in before there was any backward progress.
Here's Archuleta under center. He's going to hand it off up the middle. No, he's going to keep it, and he is dropped as he always fakes me out on that one. He kept it and pitched it to the running back, Jeremiah Rosales, who was eventually dropped behind the line of scrimmage. Timothy Plowman on the tackle.
Looks like there wasn't any loss of yards with that run, but of course that doesn't do him any better with third down and about 5 to 6 yards to go.
Yeah, 3rd and 6 right here. Elk Grove in the red zone. We'll see how aggressive they get right here. Might be 4-down territory for them. They're going to pitch it outside. And he's trying to find blocks, but there are none. Oh, he's able to stay up on his feet, but he is dropped. That looked like number 4, Lucas Sartorio, the senior linebacker, with the final tackle to bring him down. Now a 4th and 6. Again, 2 running plays that were stuffed at the line. Nowhere to go for Elk Grove. And they're going to come out in the field goal unit. Going to try to bury this field goal. It's about 38 yards. About a 38-yard field goal on the left hash.
Looks like Vacaville understands that they need to dogpile whoever has the ball.
Here's the kick. And it is money through the uprights. Now a 24-14 in favor of Elk Grove. Have a 10-point advantage on the Bulldogs.
This is definitely going to help Elk Grove, but this should not discourage Vacaville as they were able to stop them from getting a full touchdown, and they're only 10 points behind, and we're still in the first half.
Yeah, defense got to be happy on that. Sometimes you're going to bend, but you can't break. It's okay to bend, cannot break. They're able to keep them out of the end zone and settle for a field goal. But now a 2-score game, back to a 2-score game for Elk Grove. We'll see if Vacaville can at least get in field goal range before the end of the half. Try to make it a 1-possession game.
And it looks like this fog is picking up, so it will be a little harder for not only us to see, but for the camera to pick anything up. As you saw, the lights just make everything so blurry with the fog.
Yeah, super foggy night. Should be interesting in the second half. Might be even foggier than it is now. Looks like it's still rolling in.
Please no.
Here's Kyle Infantes, the kicker for Elk Grove, setting up for the kickoff. Kick is up and a boot. And it is received in the end zone. And in high school, if you receive that ball in the end zone, it is an automatic touchback, trying to keep these players healthy.
Yes, definitely don't want to get any serious injuries while these kids are in high school.
Yeah, definitely on kickoffs, you see a lot of headbutting as guys are just running from opposite ends, almost like it's a battlefield, just running head to head, sprinting as fast as they can down the field and picking up the first guy they see.
Definitely don't want to injure any seniors who are about to possibly go on to college and play. Don't want to injure any freshmen who are just starting their football career here in high school. You definitely don't want to mess any of that up.
There's Wiley in motion. Vaughn with the snap. Another screenplay. Darren Leon Guerrero cuts inside, shakes a tackle. Another cut inside. Oh! He's down the sideline. He's got touched, but he will eventually get out of bounds. Darren Leon Guerrero, that's twice on the screenplays, able to pick up huge yardage.
Yes, that was an insane amount of yardage.
Darren Leon Guerrero, we knew coming into the night he was going to have to put this team on his back like he has all season, And tonight he has showed up, able to perform on one of the biggest stages of his football career.
Looks like Elk Grove made a mistake of only having one defender on that receiver, and that costed them yards.
Here's Vaughn in the fog. And it is a encroachment. So that'll give the Bulldogs 5 yards, now making it in 1st and 5.
Wow.
Here with just under 2 minutes left to go. And as you can see on the broadcast, a very foggy night. The fog just rolled in about 5 to 10 minutes ago. And now making the visibility very tough for these players as he throws it into the fog. It is caught. Waiting for the number. That's Timothy Plowman, one of his most trusted receivers.
Looks like they did gain some yards. Looks like they're only 1 to 2 yards away from a first down.
Yeah, 2nd and short with a minute 30 now as the clock is ticking. Vacaville gets up to the line. They're going to hike it. Ryan Vaughn rolling out. And he's going to hit Plowman in stride, just underthrown, but Plowman able to reach back and get it. He's wrestling for the ball.
Looks like they are fighting for that ball.
Plowman able to come out on top with it, but they got to hurry unless they call a timeout. And it looks like they did call a timeout. No, now the clock is rolling. Clock on the scoreboard stopped for some reason. Here's Vaughn. He's going to hand it off. Leon Guerrero getting outside. Oh, he's got blocks set up. He's going to cut inside and is eventually dropped.
That was a nice cut. Nice cut. He did not allow himself to lose any yards, which would have definitely set his team back with less than a minute to go with the rest of this first half.
Yeah, it looked like Isaiah Liu, the linebacker, number 4, able to pick up the tackle. As you can see right there, we got 45 seconds left in the first half. Vacaville knocking on the door of the end zone at the red zone, trying to pick up 6.
That will definitely help them a lot, as getting a touchdown and a PAT would only set them back to just 3 points behind Elk Grove.
Yeah, and Elk Grove will be receiving the ball to start the second half. So getting a touchdown right here, making a one-possession game would be huge for the Bulldogs. Otherwise, going down 10, entering half, Elk Grove receiving the ball, they might go up by 3 scores. So huge play here for Vacaville. As you can see, the misty,
the fog is
foggy,
thicker and thicker.
Yeah. Very hard to pick up these black jerseys in the fog, as we will do our best to read out the numbers.
It's hard to pick up anything.
Here's Vaughn throwing it across the middle, slant route, Timothy Plowman, and he will get into the end zone. Touchdown Bulldogs. Timothy Plowman with the receiving touchdown on the slant route, had his defender shook.
Looks like the people over in the Vacaville side are getting real excited, shooting out fire in their smoke machine, but in hindsight, a smoke machine doesn't amount to much in this thick fog.
And as you can see on the replay, Plowman on the slant route, able to beat his defender with one quick step across the middle. And now they'll kick the PAT in the fog. Luckily, the uprights are bright white. Should be easy for the kicker. Can't really read, and it is good. Very hard to read the ref's call on that one. But it is good, making it a 3-point ball game with 41 seconds left on the clock. Got a very high-scoring first half.
Yeah, definitely. Vacaville needs to make sure that they hold off Elk Grove from doing anything major before this first half ends, because Elk Grove, like Cameron said, will be receiving the ball at the start of the second half.
Yeah, Vacaville, we'll see what they do here. They might go for a squib here. Don't want to give up the return for a touchdown. We'll see if they try to boot it downfield and get good field position for their defense, or if they're going to squib it.
A bad call.
And it looks like the ref making sure everything's good. And here's the kick. It is a squib, but it rolls all the way downfield, picked up cut inside, and he is dropped at the 38-yard line. Great return for Elk Grove.
And this is also a good position for Vacaville to have Elk Grove. They basically have to cover a majority of the field for only just over 30 seconds left in the second quarter.
Yeah, it looked like, yes, you're right. At number 9, Gio Bellici was the return man on that one, as it costed them 9 seconds. 9-second return for number 9. As there are 32 seconds left in the first half, they're going to have to go 65 yards to the end zone. Archuleta keeping it. He's going to try to cut inside, but he is dropped maybe a little bit behind the line of scrimmage. Might have lost a yard on that one.
The thing about Elk Grove is that they should know that Vacaville is expecting them to do their big run plays, as that is their forte. If they want to score right now, they should probably pass.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to run the ball out and just milk this clock, go to half. Don't want to turn the ball over here. And yes, they will. Oh, what?
Oh, wow.
Now they're calling a timeout with 4 seconds left. Didn't call a timeout for the last 30 seconds, but decided to call one last second. Very interesting
They should
managerial
also understand
decision.
that this is their only chance to score. They only got one play left to do.
Yeah, they have one play, so Vacaville probably just going to line up in the very deep towards the end zone. Just make sure that nothing gets broken, no broken coverages on the last play of the half. But very interesting, they didn't call a timeout earlier. You wonder if they didn't notice the clock was running.
Coach probably caught that at the last second and had one of his players call a timeout.
Yeah, because you either see the coach call a timeout early and try to play for a score at the first half, or they'll just milk the clock and go to half and settle for their small lead instead of potentially turning the ball over, trying to get too fancy. Someone trying to be a hero might cost them. And we'll see what they do here. They're going to run it off. And he breaks it loose. He's down the sideline. Oh, my goodness. He will score. Touchdown, Elk Grove. That is number 6, Julian Davis, able to take it all the way. Wow, Julian Davis, as he will walk into a 10-point lead for Elk Grove. Last play of the half. He's able to go 65 yards to the house.
That was absolutely amazing. I was not expecting any run play pulled off would work.
That was electric. An electric run for Julian Davis. Vacaville shaking their heads. Had one job, and they blew it. And there's the PAT. It's up, and it is good. A 10-point lead for Elk Grove, making it a 31-21 ball game at the end of the first half. What a ball game we've watched so far.
Absolutely.
Back and forth, zero defense being played, as it's already 52 points in the first half. That would cover almost every NFL football game. And that'll do it here for the first half. We will catch you for kickoff. Vacaville is going to be kicking Elk Grove to begin the second half. We'll see you then.
Hi, my name is Eric Visser. I'm in my 5th year as the athletic director of Solano College. To experience community college and its mission has been an outstanding experience. Solano College has a very rich tradition in intercollegiate athletics dating back to 1947. I'm very proud to communicate that rich tradition is still being continued with fine young men and women that represent Solano College on and off the court. In the fall we have the volleyball program. We have a very successful women's soccer program. We have both men's and women's basketball. And then we transition to 4 programs: baseball, of softball, men's women's tennis, and men's and women's swimming. It is our mission to excel our programs and our student athletes in academics. All of our student athletes are committed to give back to the community. And we would invite you to be a part of Solano College Athletics by visiting our website www.solanoathletics.com, and you feel a warm welcome at Solano.
Hello and welcome back to the beginning of the second half, as we are back.
Man, this should be an amazing second half. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah, if the first half was any indication of what the second half will be, we're in for a ground and pound fest and a very high scoring ball game. Already 52 points combined at half. Don't know if they're going to be able to keep it up in the second half. It's a very high bar to set.
Yeah, one thing for sure is that Vacaville, they've definitely had the time now to talk about Elk Grove's offense and what their options are, which is, keep in mind, very shallow. They only run a couple plays, and it works, but Vacaville has had the time now to talk about what they're going to do and how they're going to set up their defense.
Yeah, something tells me their coach was livid going into that halftime, knowing that they had them down at the 45, 30-yard line with 4 seconds left, and they give up a huge touchdown as he just trots in down the sideline. Vacaville does know what Elk Grove is running. As you said, it's no mystery. They're going to run the ball, and there's only a few options out of their one formation they run. You'll see Ethan Archuleta drop back once in a full moon.
Yes, and now Elk Grove will also be receiving the ball at the start of this half, which, adding on with the touchdown they received at the last second, this should put them at a decent advantage for the start of the season.
Yeah, they got all the momentum coming into the half. Up 10, now getting the ball. They've only punted once. No turnovers so far in this ball game.
And it is extremely chilly. I wish I had a scarf.
Yeah. Swear the fog made it even colder. And they're still getting ready for the kick. Elk Grove still yet to line up on the field.
Looks like the scoreboard says they have about 35 seconds left before they actually need to start their kickoff.
As you can see right there, very low visibility. Not much we can do, but it also kind of makes it look cool. So here's the kick. Vacaville kicking to Elk Grove. Here's the boot. It is a line drive, another one of those squib kicks. Picked up by the Thundering Herd, and he's up the middle, and he will eventually go down by a few Bulldogs.
I'm liking the squib kicks that Vacaville does. They get very, very far.
Yeah, it looked like, again, Gio Bellici on the return. Number 9, wide receiver and safety, the senior at 6'3", 200 pounds. Has a couple returns in this one. So here's Elk Grove's offense lining up in the same formation they've run all game. And he will run it off to Burnett, who is stuffed, maybe picked up a yard or two.
It doesn't look like that run amounted to much on this play in particular.
Yeah, something tells me that's not going to shy Elk Grove away from running the ball again and again and again.
And again and again.
And again and again. As they will do this all night, no matter what the scoreboard shows. Here's the run, and he will hand it off. Again, Vacaville's defensive front showing up here early in the second half, able to stop him for only a yard or two. As the PA announcer says, it is 3rd down and 8, so didn't pick up anything on that play. Great defense by Vacaville. We'll see if they can finally get a 3rd down stop. Seems like Elk Grove has converted on almost all of their 3rd downs, keeping their drives alive. Archuleta running the ball, and he will be dropped. Only picked up 3 or 4 yards on that one. They're short. Brings up 4th down.
Looks like it's about 4th and 5 now, and Vacaville was actually able to stop Elk Grove and get them to a 4th down. They have not been doing that often throughout this game.
Yeah, I think only the second 3 and out for Vacaville, or excuse me, for Elk Grove. They punted the ball in the first half, and that was the 3 and out. Vacaville was able to get the ball and go down and score. We'll see if we'll get some deja vu from the first half. And it's a great punt.
Oh, wow.
Received by Wiley. He's going to he shakes the defender off. He's got a lot of room. He's able to get to the sideline. Only the kicker to stop him. And he will cut up the middle. And he will run past everyone all the way to the house. Anthony Wiley for 6.
Oh, my goodness.
Anthony Wiley, now a household name in Vacaville and Elk Grove, able to take that one to the house. A 95-yard punt return. Here's the replay. An amazing punt from Elk Grove as he catches it at maybe the 12-yard line, making that an 88-yard return. Man, Anthony Wiley able to scamper down the sideline, cut across the middle, had a great block, and was able to evade the last defender before getting into the end zone.
That was actually amazing. You do not see punt returns to touchdowns often at any level, whether it is Little League, high school, college, or even the NFL.
Yeah, an electric way to start this half. As they're now, looks like they either went for 2 and we didn't see it. No, they're calling this back. What is going on? Are they going to say he stepped out of bounds? I think they're saying he stepped out of bounds while going down the sideline, Garrick.
It didn't even look like he stepped out of bounds. What happened?
I mean, what do we know? We have zero visibility. But, man, what a tough break for the Bulldogs.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Taking away a highlight reel.
Oh.
One of the longest touchdowns you'll see in football. And that's erased. Now they have the ball at the the 44-yard line, and they'll dump it off. Timothy Plowman able to shake a defender. He'll pick up the first down.
You know, we might have to look back at that replay and see if we can actually see if he can step out of bounds.
Yeah, very hard to tell on the far side of the field from us. But, yeah, I mean, you would think the refs would have seen it and called it. Otherwise, that's a very tough call to make in a situation like that. Here's Vaughn. He's going to hand it off to Darian Leon Guerrero. Spin move, shakes off a tackle, and is eventually brought down, wrapped up from his legs.
It looks like a bit of Vacaville's morale was killed by that very, very controversial and tough call. But, looks like we have an injury on the field.
Wow, I think that's their kicker and defensive lineman. That is number 58. That's Kylan Fontes, the kicker for Elk Grove. That's a tough loss. We saw him down on the ground in the first quarter, able to get up, might have been cramping there, but now it looks like something more serious.
And he was one of their bigger players who was just assisting his team, helping them do whatever they could. And for him to be out of this game, that is definitely going to be a tough thing to recover from for the rest of this game.
Yeah, it would be a very tough break for Elk Grove. Able to walk off on his own. As you see, updated scoreboard. Took that touchdown off the scoreboard. Now a 3rd and 1. As Fontes able to walk himself to the sideline. We'll probably see him get worked out on the table.
They also have paramedics on site just in case anybody gets too injured. They are right over to our left. We can see the paramedics.
Here's a double wing. Blake Espino runs it up the gut. He will pick up the first down and some, as the lineman is able to push him across for extra yardage. Again, we see the double wing used in that short yardage situation. Just so tough to defend.
Yes, absolutely. And you know what? With the kind of defense that Elk Grove has, running it up the gut, it's very, very risky. Very risky.
Yeah, Elk Grove, a great defensive front. Got a lot of big bodies up there. But that double wing, they've been running it for years. Usually run it consistently. Here's Ryan Vaughn, and he's almost picked off. Looked like that was number 8, Christopher Dodson, out of his hands. That's why defensive backs play on defense.
Yes.
Just kidding, kind of.
It's interesting, though. Like, often when Vacaville makes a pass play, they often succeed.
Yeah, definitely. Ryan Vaughn, one of his few incompletions so far in this game, as he motions Darian Leon Guerrero to the slot. Might see a slant route right here, and we will, but he's going to go outside to his man, Timothy Plowman. We'll see if that's good enough for the first down. A great pitch and catch for the Bulldogs.
Looks like that will be a first down.
Able to move the chains. Now inside the red zone at the 17-yard line. Just under 9 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Here's Vaughn all alone. He's going to throw it over his head, Darian Leon Guerrero. Something tells me that ball is very hard to see in the fog. And if you overthrow your receiver, they have no clue where that is.
Yes, absolutely. You definitely don't want your receivers getting lost on where the ball is.
Yeah. And very risky. If your receiver's looking for the ball, they're not thinking about that defender right behind them. Might throw your receivers into a huge hit. Throws it across the middle. It is incomplete. Very great coverage on that one. Again, number 8, Christopher Dodson on the coverage right there.
Well, Vacaville has tried 2 passing plays. It didn't work. Let's see if they'll mix it up and try a running play.
Yeah, we'll see. 3rd and 10. Might throw the defense off if they run it. And Ryan Vaughn will fake the pitch. He's going to take it inside. And he will go across. And that's a touchdown for the Bulldogs.
Finally recovered from that reduction of a touchdown they did earlier on the punt reception.
Ryan Vaughn with the touchdown. As we were saying in the pregame, Ryan Vaughn, dual threat quarterback, his first rush of the game. They might go back to him with seeing the success it had. He faked that pitch to his running back, Darian Leon Guerrero, and was able to shake off a few defenders to get into the end zone. The PAT is no good, so it will be a 4-point ball game.
They can still recover from this. They're only 4 points behind, so 1 good touchdown, and they're 2 points ahead. But it is definitely not good to miss that point after the touchdown.
Yeah, now they're not a field goal away from tying it, but if they get a stop, get the ball back, go down and score 6 and make the PAT, they'll flip the script and be up by 3. But that's thinking very far ahead, and this Elk Grove offense won't go down easy, especially after a 3-and-out. Something tells me Elk Grove licking their fingers, getting ready for this next possession.
Considering that everything Vacaville did when they're on offense, all they need to do is make sure that their defense stayed as strong as it did when Elk Grove received at the start of this half.
And it looks like it'll be one of those high kicks. Received by number 14. And he will get dropped. Great tackle right there. That was number 25, John Navarro. And again, we don't have a 14 on our roster.
Max Prep should really update their roster.
Max Preps or, yeah, the head coach for Elk Grove not able to give us the roster precisely. So we do not have a name for him, but we will call him number 14. Here's Elk Grove, and here's Ethan Archuleta under center. He's rolling. He's stepping back, and now he's going to step up, trying to run, and he will get dropped for a sack. That looked like number 68. That is Nathan Schnell, 6'6" junior.
Looks like Elk Grove lost about 2 to 3 yards on that one. Oh, no, they lost 4.
4 yards. That's a pretty lengthy sack right there. Ethan Archuleta stepping back in the pocket, tried to look for something downfield. And then he tried to run up. Good pocket presence by him, but the defensive front was right there to meet him. Here's Archuleta. He's going to fake the run. He's going to keep it, and he's going to go head first. Picks up a couple extra yards. Now it looks like we have a 3rd and 8. 3rd and 7 right there. Trying to eyeball it in the fog is not so easy.
But you know, Vacaville is being strong right now with their defense.
Yeah, great defense. We'll see if they can get another 3rd and out. And they won't. And he's up the gut, and he is gone all the way to the house. That is Julian Davis once again.
Absolutely amazing run to the end zone. They found a little crack in the defense and took advantage of that.
Julian Davis double move, and he is untouched. Untouched to the end zone, running up the gut. That is a testament to the offensive line. Great block, setting up Julian Davis, his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game, as he ended the first half with a 65-yard tote to the end zone. Able to do it again, as he's got upwards of 120 yards on the game with 2 touchdowns.
And he is absolutely murdering it.
He is killing it. Him and his quarterback and Zeke Burnett, over 100-plus rushing yards, just the 3 of them. It is now 38-7, running up the score. This Elk Grove offense is unstoppable at the moment, and they're really running a few plays out of one formation. It's no mystery what they're going to run.
Yeah, their pool for their playbook is a little on the shallow end, but you know what? It works.
A kiddie pool for their playbook. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Exactly.
So Elk Grove able to go up by 11 now with the missed extra point by Vacaville.
Let's see if Vacaville can recover from this, because that was a heartbreaking touchdown.
And it looks like Kylan Fonte is back out to kick. That's a great sign. We saw him go down, but he is fine. Oh, fumbled. He picks it up. We'll see what he can do with it. Puts on a couple moves, and he is dropped. Great coverage by Elk Grove as they drop him at the 14-yard line.
You know, it looked like that might have been a little bit of holding on Elk Grove's side, but the refs didn't catch that.
Yeah, and very interesting. I know Wiley had a 95-yard punt or 88-yard punt return that was called back, but that would have been 100 yards. I think you got to just let that ball go to the end zone and take your field position. Oh, and they will call a block in the back against Vacaville.
Really?
That's what the PA announcer says, but the refs might be, and it is. They're going to back them up 5 yards. Now they're lined up at the 12-yard line.
Man, things are consistently not looking good for Vacaville.
Yes. And never mind, that's at the 6-yard line. So they must have returned it to the 11-yard line. So they lose 5 on that. So now they're going to have to go 94 yards. If there's one guy to do it, it's Darian Leon Guerrero. But Vaughn will throw it, and he will hit his receiver in stride, a slant route. That is Timothy Plowman having a big ball game.
Looks like he was just short of the first down by a couple yards, by 3 yards specifically, but they can recover from this.
Definitely. And here's Vaughn in the shotgun. He's going to run it. Darian Leon Guerrero runs into his lineman. He's able to cut up field. Great vision from Guerrero, and eventually brought out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
You know what Vacaville just did, what Elk Grove usually does. They find a crack in the defense, and then they just go right through it.
Yeah, defensive coordinators have to be fuming at the mouth. No defense in this game. It has been straight offense running up the score, and it's pretty entertaining to say the least. Here's Vaughn with the snap. He's looking downfield. He's got a receiver open, just overthrown to his guy, Roman Price.
Man, if he had made that, that would have been an absolutely amazing play. That would have guaranteed a touchdown.
Yeah, Roman Price had his defender beat by a couple steps. If Vaughn was able to put that one in stride, Roman Price would have been celebrating on the other side of the field. Here's Vaughn on a second down, 2nd and 10. He's going to motion Guerrero in the slot. Vaughn gets the snap. He's hitting outside. That's Matthew Ox. Bubba able to pick up the first down. And we've seen that a lot from Vacaville. Great timing on these routes. Such an efficient passing offense. Vaughn always hitting his receivers in stride on those out routes.
Looks like that was a very easy first down for Vacaville to do, but they're not out of the woodwork yet.
Yep, now at the 47-yard line. Still got 53 more yards to go. Fake handoff. Ox with the fake spin move. And he will get dropped towards the first down marker. Maybe a pickup of 9 on that one for Bubba.
Yeah, it looks like they may only be inches. Oh, no, that's a first down.
Wow, they gave him the first down. Must have just gotten it. Now at the 47-yard line. No, the 44-yard line in Oak Grove territory. Ryan Vaughn walking up in the shotgun. He's going to throw it across the middle and off the hands of number 50. That is Peyton Mays.
Yeah, you definitely need to be careful because based on what we have seen in this game so far, Vacaville will get a couple easy first downs and then they will blow it.
Yeah, and another dropped interception for Elk Grove. That's 2 now. Linebacker lurking across the middle, not able to bring that one in. Very understandable as it's a cold and wet night. That ball's slippery. Ryan Vaughn out route, just overthrown to Roman Price. Would have been good enough for the first down. Bringing up a 3rd and 10.
Maybe if the ball wasn't so slippery, they might have been able to pull it off.
Yeah. Definitely disrupting a lot of passes this game, and I think that's why Elk Grove has been so successful. Like, why pass when you can just run? So here's Vaughn. Again, motioning Darian Leon Guerrero to the slot. Vaughn rolling out. He's going to have to make something happen. He's hit from behind. That is number 56, Sony Finau with the sack.
That was a nasty sack. Now Vacaville, like I said, they got a couple good first downs, but now they just blew it.
Yeah. Again, trying to pass the ball. We see a replay right here. He stopped, tried to go across field, and got blindsided. Could have been a very dangerous play for Ryan Vaughn as he had no clue what was coming.
I wouldn't blame Vacaville if they wanted to go for it, as they definitely need to make sure that they get a strong first leg before the fourth quarter starts.
Yeah, and Ryan Vaughn right there shows why football is a tough sport. He just got lit up by 6'4", 320-pound linemen. Not a fun thing. And it is a delay of game, so it will back them up.
Ooh.
5 yards. Might not make a huge difference as it's only a 50-yard punt to get it inside the 5-yard line. But on a night like this, it might be very easy to shank it when the ball's slippery. Everything's got to be perfect. And this one, a line drive up the middle, a good punt. And he will not pick it up. And I don't know if he touched it. No, they're saying he didn't touch it. Wow, very risky play by the return man. Opened his legs up to make sure that ball would roll under him. With a football, you know, if that bounces the wrong way, it could hit your leg, and that's a live ball.
And it's a football, so you never know where it's going to bounce.
Exactly. Could bounce left, right. Very lucky for Oak Grove. Almost gave up a fumble on that punt. But instead, they will be dropped inside at the 1-yard line, it looks like.
Wow.
So they're going to have to go the whole duration of the field if they want to get into the end zone. Vacaville knocking on the door for a safety right here if they're able to get a tackle for loss or a sack.
I'm guessing Elk Grove is going to try and pass it because if they're backed up in a corner like this, they don't like to run the ball because if anything goes wrong, that's a safety.
Yeah, we'll see what Ethan does here. They are going to run the ball, and it looks like he will be dropped, maybe picked up 2 or 3 on that one. Good play for Elk Grove, able to get it outside of the 1 yard line. Very dangerous territory for an offense.
They still got 7 yards to go, so they could push even 4 yards back.
Yeah.
That is a huge loss.
Here's Archuleta under center. He'll get the snap. He's going to hand it off to his running back, Burnett, and he will pick up about 4 on that one.
Vacaville definitely wants to try and keep up the pressure here because if they can, then that is a very easy possession for them to try and get a touchdown.
3rd and 3. No, 3rd and 4 now.
Let's see what they do.
Here's Ethan Archuleta. He's going to run it. No, he's going to fake it and pitch it outside. That's Jeremiah Rosales. And it looks like that is good enough for the first down and some.
Again, very hard to see who the players are as the fog is extremely thick.
Very hard to see in the fog right here. But it looks like the refs are going to call this one back. Penalty on Elk Grove.
Wow.
So this will bring up another 3rd down situation. Now 3rd and 10 as they lose 5. Not quite sure what the call was.
Looks like 3rd down and 15 for the Thundering Herd.
It's 3rd and 10. PA announcer saying 3rd and 15.
That's
not physically possible. But either or, very long distance for Elk Grove. And it looks like Ethan's going to keep it himself. And that's good enough for a first down.
That was a very good run as he wasn't able to gain too many yards, but just enough for a first down.
Yeah, Archuleta able to put on the burners and beat everyone to the outside and get down to the sideline where he was tackled out of bounds. Again, very, very tough visibility, as you can see. Super foggy. Here's Archuleta under center. He's getting handed off. That's his fullback, Mason Vasquez, able to eat damage. Tough running for Mason Vasquez.
Looks like Vasquez, he pulled out. That was a very nice run from Vasquez. Looks like on Vacaville, number 68, Nathan Schneal, he scorpioned a bit when he tried stopping the play.
Yeah. So now it says 2nd down on the scoreboard, but it's really 1st down. 1st down, Elk Groves, they're going to run it again. And looks like they're wrestling for the ball.
Looks like the ref stepped in before any sort of altercation could start, as it looks like someone from Vacaville was starting to get a little handsy.
Yeah, definitely. So this will bring up a 2nd and 9, only able to get 1 yard on that play.
We only got about a minute and a half left on this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, a minute and a half left in the 3rd quarter. They're going to run this ball out, try to milk the clock. Ethan running up the middle. Blake Espino with the first touch on him, but he is eventually brought down by number 40, Eric Gladney and friends. Looks like Levingood in on that one. And Nathan Schnell, big 6'6" frame of his, number 68 right there. That Vacaville front 4 and front 7 is very big and strong, and they've been dominant in the Mel this whole season. Now running into a very polished Elk Grove offense. Oh, and dropped right there. Lucas Sartorio, the senior linebacker, able to get him, bringing up a 4th down.
Yeah, it looks like Archuleta tried going for another one of those tricky plays up the middle of the defense, but it just didn't work this time.
Yeah, looked like now they're going to have to punt this ball at a 4th and 7. No way they go for this, up by 11.
Only 15 seconds left in this third quarter.
Yeah, we'll see what they do here. They might kick it with no time on the clock, or they're just going to wait. It looks like they are going to kick it. Oh, it's a boot. And that ball would be, very tough to see. Anthony Wiley able to pick it up as time expires. Only able to get 5 to 6 yards on the return. So that'll do it here for the third quarter. Bringing up the fourth quarter of this highly scoring offense from both teams. We'll see what they can do here in the fourth.
Yeah, Vacaville being down by 11 points is not good at the start of the fourth quarter, but the fact that they now have possession of the ball at the start of the last quarter, this can definitely help them out.
Yeah, still anyone's ball game. If Vacaville's able to go down and score 6, get a stop, get the ball back, it's only a 1-possession game. Still only a 2-score game if they're able to score 2 touchdowns. Just not in range for a touchdown and a field goal. If they do go down and score, it's going to be interesting. I think they might have to go for 2. That would be 8 points, making it a 3-point ball game. Otherwise, if they kick the PAT, it'll still be a 4-point ball game. And if they miss the PAT, it's a 5-point ball game. So I think you got to go for 2 if they go down and score.
Oh, they definitely have to go for 2.
Yeah, making it in range for a field goal to tie the ball game. So here's Vacaville and their offense. Ryan Vaughn with the snap. He's going to fake the handoff. Slant route overthrown and out of the hands of the defender. Again, can't tell if that's a 6 or an 8.
Yeah, it looks like this fog got a little bit thicker.
Yeah. Very hard to read those white jerseys.
Didn't think that was possible.
But Ryan Vaughn, again, one of those incompletions you rarely see from him. Low snap, Vaughn, screen route, and it is caught. And looked like he is lost. Can't see anything, to be honest. The visibility has never been worse.
If they're on that side of the field, we can't really do anything.
The far side of the
that.
field is a goner for us. Here's Vaughn in the shotgun. He'll get the snap. He's going to run it. And I think he faked the pitch. Never pitched it to Darian Leon Guerrero. They're going to call forward progress on the play. Looks like it's going to be a 3rd and 5. No, excuse me, a 4th and 5.
I definitely think Vacaville needs to try and go for it, as they do not have an option to dilly-dally.
Yeah, we'll see what they're doing right here. I think you have to go for it here in the fourth quarter. It's time to get aggressive. They haven't gone for it on 4th down yet, and they will. They're going to throw it, and it is caught by the receiver. That's number 7, Cameron, for sure, and he brought that one in for sure.
For sure. It looks like Elk Grove tried ripping the ball out of Vacaville's hands to try and maybe get a turnover, but it didn't work.
Yeah. Desperate times for this Elk Grove defense. They're trying to stop them right here. Don't want to let them score and make it a potential 1-possession game. Here's Vaughn. He's looking to throw again off his back foot. It's a screen to Leon Guerrero, and he's able to stay on his feet. Wow. Great body control to not let that knee touch the ground. Had to use his offhand to keep him up.
Yeah, the second that knee touches the ground, that's the end of the play, but he made sure to keep his knee above ground.
Able to pick up 3 to 4 extra yards after almost going down, making it a 2nd and short. Great running by Darian Leon Guerrero. A lethal threat with yards after the catch. Here's Vaughn, slant route, caught in stride. He will go to the end zone. Touchdown, Bulldogs. That is number 21, Cameron Malone, with the touchdown. His third catch of the game. And don't want to celebrate too early. Still got to go for 2 right here.
Oh, you still got a lot of work to do.
Great touchdown by the Bulldogs, making it a 4-point ball game. No, excuse me, a 5-point ball game. And in my eyes, I think you have to go for 2 here. Well, let's see what the coach says. And yes, it looks like they are going to line up. Don't see their kicker in. So they're going to go for 2 right here. They're running the double wing. They're going to rush up to the line. They're going to run it off to Leon Guerrero. He's going to get in. 2 points is good. Now a 3-point ball game.
Absolutely fantastic play. That was a high-risk, high-reward situation, and they got the reward.
Great play by the Bulldogs. Able to recover from that missed PAT, forcing it to a 3-point ball game. We have a great one as there's just under 10 minutes, 38-35.
Oh man,
turning into an instant classic right now with the awful weather so fogged up. These players are going to remember this game forever.
Yes. Especially the quarterbacks being able to throw long throws.
Yeah.
In this fog, that is impressive.
And the punt returns, we saw Wiley able to go 88 yards, although it was called back. I would not be able to know where the ball was when it's in the air with the fog.
I'd have a hard time seeing the person with the ball.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't see the person in front of me. Especially with those white jerseys. And it is an onside kick. It looks like Elk Grove got it. Vacaville with the sneaky onside. The refs are going to have to call who has the ball. Elk Grove able to get it. You could hear a gasp from the visitor crowd. Elk Grove almost coughed that ball up, giving it back to Vacaville.
In a humorous fashion, the football actually hit one of Elk Grove's players right on the helmet, and he wasn't even aware of it until after it happened.
Yeah. Again, Elk Grove able to get the break on that one. And here's Archuleta seemingly just going to run this ball out, and the refs blow it dead. And it looks like a false start on the offense. That'll bring him back 5 yards, making it a 1st and 15. Last thing you need here in the fourth quarter.
Especially when you recover from an onside kick and gain a humongous yard advantage from a recovery.
Yeah, they had great field position. Now backing them up. Still pretty good field position, but gonna have to go 5 more yards. There's Archuleta under center as he has been all night. And he's gonna fake the run. He's gonna keep it. He's running up the middle. And it'll take 4 or 5 Bulldogs to take him down.
Looks like he was only able to get a couple yards past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it looks like it might be a 2nd and 12, 2nd and 11. 2nd and 5, that doesn't sound right. Wow, is that a 10-yard gain?
That was not a 10-yard gain.
I think it might be 2nd and 6, 2nd and 7. And look at Vacaville in the fog. That is a spooky sight. That is a spooky sight. Wow, this is very tough.
Halloween already passed.
And they will run the ball up the middle. I think that's Zeke Burnett. He might have fumbled. Vacaville saying they recovered. And they did. Vacaville recovers the fumble. Looked like Zeke Burnett coughed it up.
This is absolutely what Vacaville needs, and this is not what Elk Grove needs.
Zeke Burnett having an amazing night, but coughs it up here in the fourth quarter. Little under 9 minutes to go. Now, Vacaville taking the ball on the other side of the field, only down by 3. Able to flip this game on its head.
Yes, like we said, this is still anybody's game.
Like I said, already turning into an instant classic with the weather, the situation that they're in. This is the second round of the playoffs. Leon Guerrero will catch it on the screenplay, I think he got brought out of bounds, but I could not tell you. Absolute zero visibility on the play.
No
Don't
joke,
know if
we
he picked
can't
up
see
7,
anything on the
10,
other side.
30. They're going to call it a first down. Now they're saying 2nd and 5, so he was only able to pick up 5 yards on the play, it looks like.
I would not have guessed that, judging from the other side's reaction. We heard a lot of screaming. We assumed that there was a humongous gain in yards.
Yeah, if he was able to run down the sideline on the far side of the field, we would have no clue if he was in the end zone until you hear a loud roar.
Guys, can we keep it on this side, please?
Yeah, seriously, run the ball the other way.
Please?
So here's it's a 2nd and 5 at the 44-yard line. And he's going to run up the middle. Darian Leon Guerrero tripped as he was tackled, but he will pick up the first down. Gain of, no, he was brought early before the first down marker, bringing up a 3rd and short.
Vacaville needs to be careful. They may be a couple yards away, but this is still 3rd down.
Leon Guerrero runs up the gut. He will be good enough for the first down. Looks like he picked up 5 on that one. So able to move the chains as Vacaville quickly rushed up to run that one off, trying to catch the defense off guard. Defense might be on their heels. They've been out here for quite some time in the second half. Offense has not helped them out much.
And the beauty of them gaining those 8 points earlier is that they only have to get a field goal to tie the game.
Yes, indeed. Vaughn, out route. We're going to have to wait for a PA announcer or a ref. Looks like it was incomplete. 2nd and 10. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to get to my car after the game. This is insane.
Yeah, everyone, please be safe when driving home with this thick fog.
Yeah, this is unbelievable. Motion on the play. It looks like Vaughn's going to keep it. He's running down the sideline, and he is eventually, presumably, brought out of bounds. Might be close to the first down. Looks like he is. It'll be a 3rd down and 2.
That was an amazing run. Even though we can't see it, we're going based off the numbers. That was a pretty good run.
Yeah, luckily we do have a bright orange down marker. Doesn't give us the yards, but it will give us the down. And they run it again. Leon Guerrero up the middle, able to get the first down and some. Moving the chains is Darian Leon Guerrero.
Yeah, it looks like Vacaville is inching closer and closer to being able to get that field goal range. And at that point, then it's automatically a tie game at the bare minimum.
Yeah, and it looks like there will be a timeout. Very risky if Elk Grove is able to get a stop, bringing up 4th down. I don't know if Vacaville is going to be able to kick this field goal with the visibility.
Well, anything is possible, even in this fog.
Anything is possible. We did see Julian Davis pull off a 65-yard rushing touchdown with 4 seconds left at the end of the first half, as it looks like there is a player down. I wish we could read his number.
I can't even see what team he belongs to.
Looks like a white jersey, and that might be 56. That is 66. Number 66, that's Ayasake Tausinga, the offensive lineman and defensive lineman, as he will be escorted off the field.
So that makes 2 injured players, as number 58 is still out of this game. It looks like he was going through some serious pain earlier, but looks like he's recovering.
Vaughn, screen pass, throws it into the abyss of fog, and we'll see what the refs call on it. It is complete to Matthew Ox. That'll bring up a 2nd down. Looks like the refs on our side of the field has no clue where that placement is, but it looks like he only picked up a few yards on it. Yeah, 2nd and 7. Vaughn hands it off. Leon Guerrero up the middle. He will keep going, and he is across for the touchdown. Vacaville with their first lead in quite some time. Now up by 3 points. Touchdown, Darian Leon Guerrero.
Now, one thing we definitely need to watch out for is if Vacaville is going to try and get the 2-point conversion or just the point after the touchdown.
Yeah, I think you have to take your point. Although it may be hard to see the PAT, you want to be up by 4 points. If you miss, you're still giving the other team a chance to tie. But you got to take your one right here. And the refs were not in position to call it. PAT is good, up by 4. Huge PAT for the Bulldogs, now up by at least a touchdown. Elk Grove is going to have to go down and score a touchdown here with just under 6.5 minutes left.
Yeah, this is definitely not a good position for Elk Grove, as they can't risk getting close enough for a field goal. They have to go all the way with a touchdown. And the way Vacaville's been doing their defense, that's not going to be possible very soon.
Yeah, definitely. Vacaville has turned up the defense here in the 4th quarter with the fumble, a couple 3-and-outs. Elk Grove with their back against the wall. They're going to have to come up with something right here. And on the kickoff, this is going to be very interesting. The returners are side by side, probably going to have to help each other out, find that ball. Might be a good time for an onside, and no, it'll be a squib that rolls all the way into the back of the end zone.
Amazing kick.
Great kick. Had no air on it, just a line drive that found the perfect roll and rolled all the way to the end zone.
Unfortunately, we can only really call the game right now if it stays on this side of the field.
Yeah. The far side is a huge mystery.
We can't even see the people from Vacaville in the stands cheering. We can only hear them, so we're judging calls based off them.
Yeah. Looks like the refs are as lost as we are, and they're on the field. So here's Elk Grove. Archuleta, he's going to run it off to someone. Waiting for a jersey. That's Zeke Burnett, number 13, running back. Able to pick up a couple and bring it up a 2nd and 8.
Nice 2-yard gain, but they're definitely going to have to get more if they want to get out of their losing position.
Yeah, we'll see if Vacaville is able to stop the run right here. Elk Grove's going to have to go to the passing attack. And with the weather like it is, it might be real tough. He hands it off. That's Jeremiah Rosales. Able to get close to the first down. Might be 2 yards out. It'll bring up a 3rd and 2.
Looks like Vacaville is doing whatever they can to delay this game as much as they can with only 5.5 minutes left to go.
Yeah, and now it'll be a 3rd and 4. Huge 3rd down for Elk Grove. We'll see if they can move the chains right here. Don't want to bring up a 4th down because they're gonna have to go for it unless they really trust their defense with 5 minutes left. Here's Archuleta. Blow it dead. Oh, and it looks like someone's hobbling. That's a pulled hammy. That's Julian
2?
Davis, as it looks like he popped his hamstring. He's hobbling to the sideline.
That is their 3rd player that is injured and out for the rest of the game.
Yeah, well, we'll see. It does look like a serious injury. That hamstring, if you pull your hamstring, you're done for at least 5 days. 4 to 5 days at least.
Yeah, you do not want to mess with those leg muscles, because if they get torn or if they get pulled too much, then you are out for a while.
Yeah, definitely. And it looks like there will be a timeout. Elk Grove talking it over as there's a little over 5 minutes left in the ballgame. 42 to 38. A slugfest tonight.
It's also safe to say that if Vacaville gets the possession before Elk Grove can score, then that is game, as they will do whatever they can to run the clock.
Yes, indeed. Here's Archuleta rolling out. He's going to run it up the middle, and he's gone down the sideline. No one in front but green grass. Ethan Archuleta with the 70-yard touchdown, and Elk Grove back on top.
That was such a fast play. I can barely process it.
The sudden change in momentum, Ethan Archuleta able to put his team on top in crunch time. If they make this extra point, they will go up by 3 here with just under 5 minutes left to go. What a run. We've seen this all night, back and forth. Elk Grove with the big run, Vacaville with the big run. Everybody's toting the rock tonight.
Looks like they will be going for the point after, not trying to go for a 2-point conversion.
This is definitely the craziest high school football game I have ever witnessed.
Yes.
It's very hard to top this, as honestly, I don't see a single player on the field at the moment.
Yeah, it's complete fun for us.
And the PAT is good. Maybe. Yes, the PAT is good. Now a 3-point ball game. Elk Grove up 45-42 with 4 minutes and 50 seconds left to go.
Vacaville needs to try and do whatever they can to even get in the red zone to try and tie up this game and bring it to overtime.
Yeah, I think Vacaville has enough trust in their field goal kicker. They're going to have to get, just as you said, maybe inside the 30-yard line, setting up a 45. I would guess 45 might be the max range for this weather and for Vacaville's kicker. So they're still going to have to go a long stretch of the field, under 5 minutes, with 3 timeouts.
This fog has gotten so thick we can barely see halfway through the field.
Yeah, it is very difficult to see Vacaville jerseys. Elk Grove jerseys for that matter too. And it looks like Fontes in on the kick. And the refs throw the flag. And it looks like it's on the kicking team. Elk Grove offsides. So that'll just back them up.
This is quite literally the last thing you want at this point in the game.
Yeah. Potentially giving Vacaville better field position. More room to run the ball after catch.
Very, very much easier to get to the red zone and get a field goal and tie up this game. This game has just under 5 minutes left to go.
Yeah, still 4 minutes and 51 seconds on the clock. 3-point ball game, and it looks like it's an onside. And it is picked up as he is eventually dropped. He might have been a fumble on the play. Looked like everyone was diving in, but Vacaville will recover.
Looks like they were trying to dogpile Vacaville for a second.
Yeah, tried to go for the dog pile. Maybe someone tried to rip it loose. But nonetheless, Vacaville will have the ball at the 40-yard line. They got to go 60 yards to the end zone.
But you know what? Vacaville can do this.
Yeah, Vacaville, Ryan Vaughn, Darian Leon Guerrero, they've both shown they can make plays here. But Elk Grove has been playing great defense lately. Ryan Vaughn looking deep. He's got a receiver. And it looks like it is incomplete. Dropped in the abyss of fog. That ball was lost right when he threw it.
Man, it is so hard to see with this fog. It's somehow getting thicker and thicker.
Yeah, it's getting worse. I thought at halftime, I was like, oh, this is the worst it'll get. completely wrong. This is really tough. Leon Guerrero with the run up the middle, shakes off a couple, still on his feet, eventually brought down past the 50-yard line. Looks like they'll have the ball at the 44-yard line in Elk Grove territory.
This man is trying to do whatever he can to drive into the end zone.
And Vacaville quickly up to the line. Now 4 minutes, clock is ticking. Darren Leon Guerrero again with the run, busts to the outside, and he is dropped. Pickup of about 5 or 6, bringing up a 2nd and 4.
It is very hard to see them pull all this off, though.
Yeah.
But honestly, it looked like they were about to go for the first down.
Yeah, very close. Only got a few yards to go. Probably going to run it again. This time with Vaughn. He's going to keep it on the read option, and he will pick up maybe 1 or 2 yards, bringing up a 3rd and short. Looked like he picked up 1 yard, bringing up a 3rd and 3 at the 37.
We know that if Vacaville doesn't make it here, they're going to try and go for it. They only got 2 chances left.
Yeah, they got to go for it. Here's Vaughn, 3rd and 2. He's going to run it. Darren Leon Guerrero up the middle. And we'll see. Did he turn the ball over? I think he might have fumbled. This might be Elk Grove ball. We'll see what the refs call.
No, I think he was pushed back.
I don't know if he was pushed back, and the forward progress might have pushed him far enough to get the first down. Oh, and Elk Grove with the penalty. That'll cost them a first down. Wow, and you can hear the crowd.
Not happy.
Not happy, to say the least. A huge loss for Elk Grove. Now bringing a first down inside the 20-yard line in the red zone.
They are
in field goal range at this moment with 3 minutes left to go. Elk Grove still has 2 timeouts. So Vacaville cannot quite run this ball out and settle for a field goal. They're going to have to pick up a first down unless they try to kick this field goal with time still on the clock. There's a nice crowd shot.
We try to get whatever crowd shots we can in this heavy fog.
Vaughn running out. He fakes the pitch. He goes up, and he will be brought down short of the goal line at the 1-yard line. Ryan Vaughn with a huge run, able to go right up the gut, fake the pitch to his running back. And now 1st and goal at the 1. We'll see this double wing rushed up to the line right now.
Gotta say, these fake out plays, this fog is definitely helping them pull that off.
Definitely, yeah. You can't tell if he's going to keep it or pitch it. And Vacaville might not be able to see their coach to get the play, but I don't think there's a question on what you run right here. I don't think there's anything outside of the playbook that doesn't say double wing. Rush to the line and run this ball before the defense knows it.
All they need is
and they call a timeout.
Run. Oh.
Elk Grove coach furious. He had to sprint down the field to get to the ref to call a timeout, and he does.
Just about 2 minutes left.
And everybody is yelling at the clock, but I'm assuming they will be able to fix that. This is a wild ball game.
Yes.
I did not know we were getting ourselves into this. This is intense, suspenseful. It's got everything.
Tensions are high right now.
Yes. And we think there's a dead moment, and then boom, breaks off a 70-yard touchdown. Got to be on your toes tonight.
We think there's going to be a delay in the offense. Oh, no. Easy touchdown for Elk Grove.
Exactly. So now they got the clock situated. Timeout officially started. Man, this is, I can't say it enough. This is a wild ball game.
Again, all Vacaville needs is just one really good run and just gain even a yard.
Yeah.
And then that's a touchdown.
Yeah, 1 yard away from the end zone. But it's tricky. Do you want to score now, or do you want to try to waste the timeout and milk the clock a little bit? We've seen it happen plenty of times where they go in for the touchdown and there's still time on the clock for the other team to come back and score. But down by 3, if they're able to get in the end zone and make an extra point, it'll make it a 4-point ball game. So Elk Grove will have to go and score a touchdown if they want to come out on top tonight.
But that's not too difficult considering what Elk Grove's been doing throughout this whole game.
And have no clue what's going on. And touchdown, Bulldogs. Yeah, no clue who got the ball on that one.
No way.
Darian Leon Guerrero with the touchdown. Able to capitalize on great field position thanks to his quarterback, Ryan Vaughn, who brought it to the 1 yard line. Now a 3-point ball game. Extra point would make it a touchdown away for Elk Grove to come out tonight.
All they need is just 1 point after the attempt, and then that's a 4-point lead.
Here's the PAT. It is no good. Wow, a 3-point ball game. Elk Grove still hanging on. Only down by 3. A field goal away from tying it. And we still got 2 minutes and 35 seconds left. Elk Grove going to have to go down the field with only 1 timeout.
If Vacaville wants to win this, they have to have the strongest defense they have ever pulled off.
Yeah, the Vacaville defense is going to have to clutch up right now. But Elk Grove has shown that they can run this ball to the end zone in no time.
Definitely why they need to keep a strong defense, because any slip in their lineup and they're going to run right through it.
Vacaville getting ready for the kick. Huge, tough break. Not able to knock in the PAT to give them a bigger 4-point lead. That gives them cushion. They can play the end zone. But now a field goal away from tying it and potentially sending it to overtime. And it is picked up at the 1 yard line. He's going to have to go a great distance. That's Zeke Burnett. He's still on his feet. He's got a lot of green grass. He is stopped. No, he's still on his feet as he traversed across field to the logo as he is up past the 50-yard line. A 52-yard return for Zeke Burnett.
Yeah, Vacaville has only just over 2 minutes to keep up their lead.
Yeah, amazing return by Zeke Burnett. Fumbled the ball earlier, but now he gave his team a great field position. As it looks like Vacaville will call a timeout. Want to talk this one over. A back and forth ball game, as you can see right there. Vacaville up by 3 points with 2 minutes and 19 seconds left to go.
Man, it is getting colder and colder with this fog.
Yeah. Colder with less visibility, not a great combination. Here's Ethan Archuleta under center. He's going to run it himself. He's going up the gut, and he is dropped at the... Wow, he is dropped at the 32-yard line. A great run for Ethan Archuleta, putting his team close to field goal position as they're going to run this clock down to the 2-minute warning. I don't think they're going to run another play. They shouldn't run another play, but we'll see. Elk Grove, some unorthodox offense, and they will run another play. Archuleta going to take it himself. He's down the sideline, and he will eventually step out of bounds at the 24-yard line.
Man, they are inching closer and closer. What is Vacaville doing?
Now in field goal position with just under 2 minutes left to go. Vacaville with all 3 timeouts left. They can still burn their timeouts and try to keep enough clock as possible. But if Elk Grove is able to pick up a first down, they might be able to burn even more clock.
Oh.
And the refs blow it dead. Timeout. Vacaville uses their first timeout of the half. They want to make sure they have the right defense here in the last 2 minutes. Very understandable.
Yes, absolutely. And it's very smart of them to hold all their timeouts until just now, because that gives them all the time in the world to correct any mistakes that they have in their lineups.
Yeah, that shows the polished offense they run, not having to use their timeouts for a potential delay a game. Able to keep all of them here in under 2 minutes left. They still have 2 timeouts to burn.
And as you might be able to hear, a lot of people here in Elk Grove are going crazy with this close game.
Oh, yeah. A wild finish we have here for you on the Solano College Sports Network. Game of the year so far. No question in my mind. Here's Archuleta. He's going to actually run it off. And he's able to pick up a few. That is Zeke Burnett, number 13, with another carry, as he's able to pick up about 5 or 6 on the play, bringing up a 2nd and 4.
You know, I have to point out, we haven't seen a single fumble.
Here's Archuleta up the middle. Zeke Burnett, and touchdown, Elk Grove, as they score with 1 minute and 24 seconds on the clock. Wow. Back and forth, Elk Grove and Zeke Burnett. Another touchdown. That makes at least 2 touchdowns for Ethan Archuleta, Zeke Burnett. Wow.
Unbelievable.
And they're setting up for the extra point to make it a potential 4-point ball game, forcing Vacaville to go all the way to the end zone. Here's Elk Grove, the extra point. It's good. A 4-point ball game. Wow.
This is absolutely insane.
This is such an insane game, as it is now at a 100-point total from both teams combined. 100 points on the night, and we still have 1 minute and 24 seconds left.
One of Vacaville's best options now is to try and go for Hail Marys. Little risky, but guarantees a touchdown if you succeed.
Yeah, definitely. They're going to have to pull something out. They're going to need a big hitter, call a timeout, and get their offense down the field. But Elk Grove is not going to fold on defense either. It's going to be very tough for Vacaville to get this.
No, this will be the toughest we have ever seen Elk Grove's defense, as they are going to do whatever they can to keep Vacaville from scoring. They may even go for an onside kick to keep the possession.
And at this point, it is about the will to play. I'm sure the adrenaline is high on all these players, but at this point in the game, with a high-scoring affair like this, everyone is gassed. Now it's just running on pure adrenaline. We'll see who can come out on top. Here's the kick. And it is into the end zone. That's a touchback. Vacaville will get it at the 20-yard line.
Vacaville now has 80 yards to go with just under 1.5 minutes.
Yeah, as you can see right there on the scoreboard, Vacaville on the right side with 2 timeouts, down by 4. Elk Grove with 1 final timeout. We'll see if they have to spend it at some point here. So again, Vacaville lined up in shotgun. They're going to throw it. It's a screen pass. I think it was dropped.
No, looks like it was complete.
It was completed. Never mind. Pickup of 6. 2nd and 4. Clock is running. They're hustling up to the line. Ryan Vaughn with the snap. He's looking deep. No, he's going to dump off. Leon Guerrero. Oh, moves. You got to get out of bounds, but no, he falls short. That will bring up a 3rd and 3. Elk Grove getting loud. Now 50 seconds left on the clock. Time is ticking. Refs taking their time to place that ball.
If Vacaville's going to do something, they have to do something now.
It's now or never. Here's Vaughn. He's got the ball. And he's looking for Leon Guerrero, who drops it up the middle. Wow, that'll bring up a 4th down.
Well, you obviously have to go for it.
Yeah, you obviously have to go for it. 33 seconds. The ball game is right here. If they're not able to convert, Elk Grove will go home with the win.
And I lose $10.
So you can hear the visitor crowd getting loud with their defense chant. Here's Vaughn. He's going to run it. Speed option. And he's lost. And he's brought down. Might have even fumbled. And that will do it. Elk Grove with the stop. Huge 4th down stop to win the ball game for Elk Grove. There is still time on the clock, but they can knee this one out.
Yes. That's basically game.
Wow, and look at the Elk Grove players celebrating an absolute slugfest of a match. 100 points on the board. Wow. And Elk Grove's defense able to make the big stop. And who would have thought the defense would have won the game for Elk Grove when their offense put up 52 points. And we'll see if Vacaville even burns a timeout, knowing that they can just knee this one out.
Is there even a point to doing anything else anymore?
Just let everyone go home. My nose is getting runny.
So is mine.
And time is ticking as Elk Grove will come out on top of a classic Friday night matchup. Vacaville will go home as Elk Grove beats them in the playoffs for the 3rd consecutive season. Wow.
This was an absolutely amazing game. Both teams gave it their all, and they both performed extremely well.
And as you just said, incredible game, instant classic. Every player on this field is going to remember this game forever, and so will I. But that'll do it for us here at the Solano College Sports Network. Thank you so much if you are still tuning in and watching this insane ball game. We will catch you next week for men's basketball at the Falcons Nest. And we will see you then. Good night.
Well, hi everybody, I'm Greg Poff, Director of the Solano College Sports Broadcasting Program, and we're here in the TV studio at Solano Community College, and I'd like to tell you about a great opportunity this summer. Now, typically with our summer class, we're covering sports because of the COVID-19 pandemic. We're opening up the class to all of you podcasters, YouTube influencers, to give you a chance to come in and create content that we can show on YouTube. You can have your own podcast. We can even put you on Channel 28 locally. Let's take a look at some of the equipment we have here in the studio. Come on. All right, we're here in the Solano College Sports Network studio control room to show you some of the equipment that you can use as a student here at Solano Community College. And the first thing I'd like to draw your attention to is the production unit system that we use. It's made by New Tech. It's the TriCaster system. This system is used by every major network. So you come to Solano Community College, you're going to learn video production on the TriCaster unit. So you'll be ready to go once you leave our program. You'll be trained on the same equipment that you would use in all of the major networks. You see the video production board here. We've got our speakers set up here. Here we've got our interface that you can use, so all kinds of equipment that you can use to be a professional in media production. Another great feature of our video production system, you'll be able to get training on the Allen & Heath audio board, where you will learn the trade secrets for both radio and TV production. Here in the video editing suite, you will have access to Adobe Premiere and the entire Creative Cloud. If you can imagine it, you can create it right here in the Solano Community College TV studio. We have merged with Fairfield Cable Access, and that gives you the opportunity to use the same TV equipment that they use to produce their shows on local TV here in Fairfield, and that gives you the chance to also show your work on local TV.